Marie Celeste!
Thank you very much.
Nice to see you. Kalm the Menace, the half-assed reporter, the guy on the bike, and we are on the Bowery this evening, and we're gonna go in and visit an old friend, Andrew Edlin. Okay, it looks like they've got some kind of a performance happening out here, and the gallery is mobbed. Nobody.
Thank you for coming. You got to see it?
Thanks for giving me some time.
Yeah, you can have some time anytime, including some halftime. Maybe
I love time. It's about time.
It's about time. I mean, someone's got to sound the fucking alarm.
All right.
I mean, look what's happening in this country. I mean, you should be sounding the fucking alarm.
Time is time. Oh, there's the guy right there, Andrew Edlin. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I'm going to run around inside. Okay. Okay, well, I feel kind of sad. It's not that Andrew Edlin and the gallery are going away. They're just moving down to Broadway, but this has been one of my consistent stops on my Bowery tours. And this show features, he said something like 85 artists. He's done shows with a lot of people. And so this is the kind of the swan song on the Bowery. Oh, and we've got a band playing. Let's see, we got some Thornton Dial here. Okay. Some of the Guy Bend quilters. Many of these artists I have done reports on here. Henry Darger. Eugene von Brochheim.
How is it going? We're back.
Helen Ray. James Castle. Tom Duncan. 1966, 1967. Boy, that was the early psychedelic days. Or Eugene von Brochheim. Love you as long as there are stars above you. You never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, life doesn't go on believing. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would it do me? God only knows where I'd be without you. Well, I was in here last week for the opening of the final show. So Long Bowery, but there was a band playing and there was a mob of people here, so I didn't really get a chance to look at a lot of the work up close. And because I've spent a lot of time here at the gallery and have covered many shows, I have a kind of nostalgic longing for the gallery here, and I wanted to come back and sort of look at some of these pieces in a little more depth. Oh, we've got a Joe Coleman Sammytown piece. I covered one of Joe's shows here. He was nice enough to let me interview him for a while, and very interesting character. This is Ray Matterson. It's a little embroidery piece. Well, I have to say that I think Andrew was one of the first people that started showing the underground comic people over to space in 10th Avenue in Chelsea. It's got to be at least 12 or 13 years ago. Okay, this has got Spain Rodriguez, Art Crum, S. Clay Wilson, and Robin Williams, and it's also got a bunch of people. Spain, Moscow, so Art Crum, S. Clay Wilson. I think that Andrew and his work with a lot of the outsiders has kind of brought the underground people into greater prominence. It's a George Widner piece. There's some pieces by Tom Duncan. I think that Tom is another artist that Andrew has been working with now for, I don't know, 10, 15 years, and has really raised his profile in the art world. This is a Thornton Dial drawing. I was lucky enough to meet Matt Arnett through Chris Martin. It's an interesting story that Matt became aware of Chris Martin's work through the James Kalm YouTube videos. And anyway, Matt invited me down to Atlanta to see the Arnett collection. We got to see a whole bunch of Thornton Dial work. This is Tyler Macko. Ships of Wooden Noses. Found objects, plaster, wood, oil, and acrylic. Okay, that's kind of interesting. This is a Tom Bronk painting. Tom is kind of an anomaly in that he's a highly formalist outsider artist. Maybe he's not even an outsider. He does live across the street here on the Bowery. This is Lola Pettiway, one of the Guy Ben quilters. I was talking about Bill Arnett and Thornton Dial, and Bill also was a big supporter of the Guy Ben quilters. This is one of the recent discoveries. Abraham Lincoln Walker, untitled. This is oil on paper, 25 by 18 inches. Okay, we're not going to get everything because he's got many pieces in here. Henry Darger. This is a piece by Summer Wheat. Spilling over 2020, acrylic on aluminum mesh. Okay, well, I always thought Summer's work was kind of interesting. I think the way she fabricates this is that she actually squirts the paint through from the back of these screens. So it kind of looks like it's woven fabric, but it's actually, I think, painting on the backside. More Abraham Lincoln Walker. I think one of the interesting things about some of the painters that Andrew has picked out and kind of championed is that some of them have got some very bizarre techniques. We talked about Summer Wheat, Abraham Lincoln. And then there's this cat, Eugene von Brochheim, who was a painter, photographer, sculptor, did a whole lot of various kinds of things. That was one of the people that I thought was real special, Susan Tekeranga King, who has got a career that's taking off like gangbusters. I think the other thing is that because Andrew has taken over the Outsider Art Fair, the people that he works with really have a huge leg up in the outsider milieu, market, whatever you want to call it. This is by Jean-Pierre Nadal, Celebration Impel de Vaux, something like that. Chinese ink on paper. In a minute? Okay, I'll rush on through then. Thank you. More Thornton Dial. Okay, well, you heard it, folks. So long, Bowery. So we're going to roll on. But, well, I'll miss the Andrew Edlin Gallery on the Bowery, but we got a new chapter that's going to be opening up at Andrew Edlin on Broadway, so stay tuned for that one, folks. And we are in Tribeca. We're going to run in here to Ruttkowski 68 and look at an exhibition. Stay tuned. Well, the title of the exhibition is UFO-Unforeseen Feelings Observed, curated by Luisa Schlotterbeck. And let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 10 artists in the show. We'll run through and make our initial sweep. This looks like fun. Well, let's start looking at this piece. This is called Love Ceremony. Pleather. Polyester trim, birch wood, white acrylic LED lighting. This is 119 by 221 centimeters, 47 by 87. It's by Baseera Khan. Baseera Khan is a New York-based visual artist whose multidisciplinary practice addresses themes of labor, spirituality, and identity. And the work has been shown at the Brooklyn Museum. Congratulations. So we got a couple of interesting paintings here by Brittany Miller. And this one is titled Sonic 2025, oil on canvas, 43 by 60. Okay, I kind of like the obsessive spiraling. And it gives it a pop art outsider vibe. And this is titled The Moth. And this is also by Brittany Miller. 47 by 59. Brittany Miller lives and works in New York. She received her MA from Columbia. She had solo exhibitions at T293 Rome and Steve Turner in Los Angeles. And it says that she derives a lot of her visual language from Christian art history. Ellen Andio. It's titled Hiding Behind Hand Study. I guess in the sense of full disclosure, I should say that I had an exhibition here at Ruttkowski about 9 months ago. And I like the gallery. I like their program. Here's a piece by my friend Heather Bause Rubinstein, and I've been looking at Heather's work for, I don't know, probably about 8 or 10 years now, and I think she's getting better and better. I actually also like her use of the of the transparent swaths, this transparent brushstrokes. So I think this has a kind of a feel of landscape. Bause Rubinstein is an American artist known for her gestural abstract paintings, who lives and works in New York, of course. After years of repurposing materials like bed sheets, scarves, and vintage fabric sources from thrift shops, Rubinstein returned to her classic approach to abstract oil painting on canvas. Her influences include Edward Vuillard, Joan Mitchell, Charles Birchfield, and Cy Twombly. That's a propitious crew. She does a good job with her drippy stuff. This is oil on canvas, 72 by 48. Here are a couple of very impressively large paintings by Ava Barrison. This is The Process of Lost and Found #1, 2023, acrylic on canvas. It's 90 by 122 inches. And I was talking to Raphael Rubinstein, and he was saying that Ava received an exhibition at the Albertina Museum in Vienna in 2004. Gosh, that's quite an achievement. I was thinking that, Ruttkowski 68 shows a lot of German art and Austrian art, and this kind of makes me think back to some of the German and Austrian painters that were coming to New York with the Neue Wilden. The Heftig painters, they were all part of the trance avant-garde. This is kind of an interesting narrative. So that Ava was born in 1955 in Budapest. And this is the Process of Lost and Found #2. It's also oil and acrylic on canvas, 90 by 122 inches. You can see a lot of this is very lightly stained linen. Eva Barrison, 1955 Budapest, grew up surrounded by an extensive collection of art and objects amassed by her father's obsessive collecting. This gave her early access to a vast mental landscape of images. Added to this was that which filtered through to Barrison from the counterculture of the 1960s. Despite the Iron Curtain, her background combined with the reality of the Soviet system provided fertile ground for the development of Barrison's grotesque comedy, also rooted in melancholy. Here are a couple of pieces by Estefania Puerta. believe this is called Trumpet. Synthetic hair, stained glass, oil paint, flour, epoxy clay on wood panel. It kind of looks like the dope pipes I'm seeing thrown down on the ground all over the place these days. And this is titled Thread 2025 Oil Stained Glass Aluminum Leaf on Panel Unique. Actually, I was going to say that both of these pieces, in a strange way, have a sense of a Byzantine icon. The metallic reflections. Lily Wong Bundle 2023 acrylic on paper, and I would say that that's got to be about 48 by 36. I think Lily would qualify for a kind of a category of colorist that I've been noting for the last several years, which is the neon screen colors. Everything almost looks like it's illuminated. It's so fluorescent, it looks like it's illuminated from the back. We've got a suite of paintings here by Ellen Antico. It's titled Silver Study 2025. Aerial paint and oil pastel on canvas. I like the kind of ruggedness of that, contrasted with the collaged on metallic paint. Green Eyes 2025 oil pastel and pigment on canvas. It's 20 by 16. And this makes me think of some of the Picabia paintings that were in a recent show at Michael Werner uptown from the Femme exhibition. Some smaller pieces. Some brown eyes. 8 by 8. Blue eyes. Oil paint and oil pastel on polypropylene mounted on board. Untitled Face Study. Oil on canvas mounted on board, 12 by 9. And we're going to wrap up looking at this extravagant piece. It's titled On Board with the 12. This is by Vanja Smiljanic, oil on board, canvas, mixed media. That's sculpture. Well, it's a very an extravagant presentation of a couple of paintings. Turbo Atlantis is Rising. Vanja Smiljanic is a visual and performance artist based between Lisbon and Cologne, whose interdisciplinary practice weaves together visual art, video, and performances. She often employs the format of the performance lecture to bridge speculative and experimental worlds, incorporating technical apparatus, diagrams, and sci-fi povera sculptures. Well, so I just talked with Vanja about her piece, and she was saying that this is kind of an allegory of Atlantis, and it was based on a Donovan song. I looked at her and I said, that song came out like 20 years before we were born. I think it starts out something like, way down below the ocean, where I want to be. James Kalm reporting on UFO-Unforeseen Feelings Observed here at Ruttkowski. Well, we're going to make a closing time stroll through an exhibition here at Paula Cooper by ATSUKO Tanaka. And, well, this is a real treat for me. I remember maybe one of my earliest art books I bought when I was in Europe back in the early 70s had a photo of ATSUKO's painting on the cover of it, and well, it always stuck with me. Also, I'm thinking that yeah, this work was probably very prescient as far as people like Damien Hirst and some of the other dot painters go. This is untitled, 1959, vinyl paint on canvas 64 by 51. I think that's the other thing is that, Yeah, these paintings look extremely fresh. I think the thing that caught my eye was just the bold audacity of the paint application and the color. Okay, this is a drawing, crayon on paper, untitled. This is 2001. And I guess it would be a study for this piece. This is 2001 F. Acrylic and lacquer on canvas 76 by 102. Well, I think one of the things that attracted me was I initially thought that all these circles were basically just poured paint and that the lines were just kind of drizzled paint. But now I see that there is more of a controlled aspect with brush strokes and all that stuff. Although I have to say, it's a real kind of a spontaneous effect. It's just great, like wonderful jazz riff. This is titled D1, 1986 enamel and gouache on paper, 31 by 43. I'll read a little bit from the press release. ATSUKO Tanaka, 1932 to 2005, was born in Osaka, Japan, and educated in Osaka and Kyoto. After founding the short-lived art collective Zero Kai with Kazuo Shiragi and Arika Kaneyama, Tanaka became a core member of the pioneering Gutai group and participated in over a dozen exhibitions and performances from 1955 to 1965. Okay, so in a certain way, Gutai was kind of a Japanese version of action painting. This is just titled Work, 1961 vinyl paint on canvas. And, well, as I said, I just thought the work was fantastic from a design aspect. You know, very simple, bold, hit you right in the gut. It's untitled 1963. So that's pretty amazing. This is, I guess, would be the equivalent of some of the color field work that people like Kenneth Nolan and Morris Lewis, Larry Poons, those guys. And also, this is some of the earliest vinyl paintings that I've seen. I know a lot of people have started using that here in New York recently. Okay, that's a big painting. That's 104 by 76. Oh, these are juicy. Beautiful. Work 1963, 31 and a half by 25 and 5/8. You know, as I was saying, it's very, very urgent, very spontaneous, but there is a kind of formal elegance to this. So obviously ATSUKO had a kind of almost, it looks like a ritual, ceremonial thing. And so we've got like one major orb that's got a lot of the roots leading out from there to these other pods. It's untitled 1963. '90D. It's 1990. Got works going back to 1961, all the way up to the 90s, and I guess ATSUKO passed away in 2005. But I think it shows the quality of this kind of a format that she was able to work on this and keep expanding and doing various things for 40 or 50 years, but everything is totally recognizable as a Tanaka. Oh gosh, we got some pencil line in there. So there was some planning going on. Really, this does make me think of a wiring chart for a generator. And we're going to wind up looking at this beauty. '77Q81. It's 1977 to 81 acrylic lacquer on canvas. 63 by 51. ATSUKO also had a great sense of scale, and particularly scale with color. You've got this central blue orb, other surrounding orbs, overlaying orbs. And it would be interesting to know just how much of this was straight poured, and how much she might have even brushed in some of the forms. Well, that was a closing time run-through of ATSUKO Tanaka at Paula Cooper Gallery. You can like this, share, link it up to all your social media sites. You can leave your thoughts, ideas, comments, criticisms, and reviews below, and your suggestions. You can subscribe. And the only thing we ask you to do is to say thank you, Kate.